What is going on, friends? Welcome on back to the brand new Let's Play world. Last episode, we built up this perfect little starter house behind me, along with doing tons of mining, so we got a ton of really good resources. But today, I want to do a little bit of base expanding, and there's a few things that I can name that we are definitely going to need. But first off, as you guys can tell, I am currently level 31, which means I can do a max level enchantment. Too bad I don't have an enchantment set up yet. So first things first, I want to come down to the river and place in a bunch of sugarcane. So then I can let all this stuff grow in so I can craft some books and also some bookshelves. Next up, I'm gonna need some cows. There was just an Enderman right there and I want to kill him so bad. Oh, he just teleported again. Where did this guy go? All right, well, never mind. We got work to do. Quickly grabbing a whole bunch of hay bales and then crafting some fence posts so I can make a simple little cow pen. I set out on an adventure to find cows. So hopefully we can find a pretty large plains that is full of them. What are these guys doing in the water? They're just like, dang. Oh, do they hunt fish? There's no way that's a thing. No way the foxes hunt fish. So what they're doing? Nope. No. Almost got my hopes up there. You guys will never guess what I just found. It doesn't look like much, but I'm pretty sure this right here is a trail ruins, which I have never explored any of these before, but yeah. Oh yeah, definitely a trail ruins. Definitely got to take a screenshot of these coordinates right here so I can come back for that thing. Also looks like we have a sunken ship right here that I am definitely going to check out. Ooh, and this one looks like it's mostly intact. I can easily reach this chest, tons of iron, along with emeralds. And then the other chest should be all the way up in the front. I want to say right below here. Okay, there it is. We got some Frostwalker leather boots. That's pretty cool. And I'm just gonna leave the rest of this stuff. Where's the third chest normally? Is it down below? Oh yeah, it's right there. And this is where the treasure map is. And let's see where this buried treasure is. X marks the spot, so let's do a little digging. Hopefully we get some goodies. Yep, there it is. Okay, a ton of iron, some TNT, which I will always take, some cooked salmon, a little bit of gold, and a heart of a sea. I'm just gonna leave the prismarine crystal and break this thing, because if you guys didn't know, if you don't break the chest, it might show up on another treasure map. We got another sunken ship right there, which I am definitely gonna check out. Hopefully this one also has a treasure map in it. Oh, some smithing templates. Oh, that's awesome. I gotta get back up for some air. I think that's gonna be the only chest though, because the whole front half is destroyed on this thing. Oh my goodness, there's another one right there and also another one way in the distance. After making my way over to this sunken ship, it took me a little while of almost drowning to finally get to the chest. I was able to reach the one on the very front of it, which didn't have much good items in it, and then the one in the captain's quarters had a few more armor trims. And of course, this one is pretty much completely buried. Although conveniently enough, there's a chest right there, which I am definitely gonna go loot. Oh, we got another treasure map. I've also been grabbing all the sugarcane I pass on the way, just because it means less time waiting for this stuff to grow. After getting my second treasure map, I definitely wanted to go check out this thing. Luckily, it was very close by, and once I dug down a little bit and found the chest, oh my, did this thing have some goodies in it. It had 2 diamonds, tons of iron, a little bit of gold, and some more cooked salmon. Oh no, it looks like a bee got stuck in my boat. All right, well, I guess this guy's now coming with me. Well, I decided to explore another sunken ship, and obviously I got another treasure map. X marks the spot, so let's go digging for this one also. Oh my goodness, finally I uncovered this, and it was only 1 block below the sand. Ooh, we got 2 more diamonds, a ton of iron, more gold, TNT, and some emeralds. And obviously, gotta break the chest. Look how much excavating I did just to find the chest right there. Oh yeah, and there's also a bamboo forest right here. Definitely gonna grab some melons because I don't think I have any yet, along with grabbing some bamboo. Is that what I think it is? Yes, it is a mangrove swamp. That is awesome. Even though it's like 3,000 blocks away from home, at least I now know where one is. After a little bit more searching, I stumbled across a savanna, which is almost comparable to a plains when it comes to animals, but then in the distance I saw a plain, so I made my way over there, and now it's time to look for some cows. Finally, I have stumbled across these guys. Now I'm just gonna use the fence posts that I made to make myself a little pen. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I just look for some cows by the house and build a little pen over there and do all the work next to base? Well, I thought this was a good excuse to head out and do a little bit more exploring, and I'm glad we did because we found loads of diamonds and also loads of iron. And now I know where a mangrove swamp is too. Well, I got a few cows in the pen and I bred some of them up. So now it's just a waiting game until I have enough cows to get enough leather to build an enchantment setup. This is gonna take a while, but it will make for a very satisfying time lapse and also killing montage. As I waited for the cow's cooldown period, I decided it would probably be a smart idea to build myself a little hut. This could be used in case I need to do any AFKing. As the sun set, I decided to kill some spiders to make a fishing rod, because in my opinion, fishing is a good way to kill some time. You know, that is an absolute terrifying sight. 4 creepers all just spawned in right next to each other. Finally, I can just sit and relax and do a little bit of fishing while I wait for these guys to grow up. When it came to the actual breeding of the cows, there's about a 5-minute cooldown in between each breeding session. In total, this took me about an hour and a half. I would usually breed them right in the morning and then breed them right as the sun was going down. Now, this gap was longer than 5 minutes, but it did ensure that they were all ready to go. I also realized while I'm waiting, I might as well plant my sugarcane down and let some of it grow. Luckily, I realized this about halfway through the breeding session. And that little pond off to the left side, well, that wasn't there. I decided to make that since I wanted to do fishing and I really didn't want to fish in a single 1x1 hole. It does give me a little bit of an idea to maybe come back here in the future and build an entire farm village. Okay, this looks a little bit wrong, but there is so many cows here. I mean, just look how many babies there are in the middle. Besides that, I think this is plenty of cows to get enough leather for an enchantment setup, but I don't think this sword is gonna survive it. Well, I guess we'll find out. It indeed did not survive killing all those cows. So I quickly made a new one and got back to harvesting all these guys. It worked out almost perfectly. As I was killing the cows, the baby ones were growing up almost immediately. So by the time I was done, there was only pigs left in the pen. Holy cow. No pun intended. Yeah, I think this is gonna be plenty enough leather and also probably enough food for quite a long time. It's also now become a pig pen. With the cows harvested and all the sugarcane collected, I pretty much have everything I'm gonna need for this enchantment table. The only problem is I did get a lot of items on the way over here, and I'm not gonna be able to take them all back because, you know, inventory space and Mojang hasn't done anything about it yet. At least to help it a little bit, I'm gonna make all the books. Surprisingly, I was able to make it all fit. Well, not all of it, just the things I want to take. And I do want to take these, the buried treasure maps, because I think it would be cool to set up a room with all of our treasure maps in the future. Besides that, though, it is time to head home, and our boat should be right down there. And then our base should be about 3,000 blocks past that. You'll never guess what I forgot. Yep, it was the bed. Luckily, I can throw these torches out. I don't totally need them. And now we can say farewell to our little tiny home. It was good while it lasted, but I got bigger and better. There's our boat with our bee in it. Sorry for leaving you for so long, buddy. I want to, but I can't. That makes me so sad. Oh, and of course there's another one. Well, I do need to go to land anyway so I can sleep through the night, so I might as well just stop by. You know, might as well. So the whole thing's buried, and I think that's the game trying to tell me something. I felt like I had to, and yet, you know, it was worth it. I got a bunch of iron from it. Well, my pickaxe broke, so now I'm done exploring. Like, for real this time. Wait, I need my bed. We're now close enough where I leave my friend. I'm just letting you guys know it took me like an extra 20 minutes to get home just so I can get this guy as close to base as possible. With that being said, though, the mountain should be right up here. And we are officially back home with all of our goodies. Now I just got to put all this stuff away so I can actually do a little bit of enchanting. Before I can actually build the enchantment table, I do need to collect up a little bit of obsidian. Luckily, there's a little lava pool right down the hill. I knew this was going to come in handy. Just one more right there. I'll make sure there's no lava left. So now I can just do this. Using the obsidian I just gathered, I can now make an enchantment table, and now I need a few logs so I can make all the bookshelves. I'll just turn that all into spruce planks. I think we need 15 bookshelves in total, but I'll just make 21. For the time being, we're just gonna put this right here. And I know it's ugly, but I will move it before the end of this episode. Now we can check. Please be efficiency. Okay, please have unbreaking. Oh, that's perfect. That's like a perfect working pickaxe. Looting 3. Hopefully that carries over to the diamond sword. Silk touch on a shovel. Oh, that is so good. I think I'm gonna take the looting 3 though, if it carries over. I'll just craft both a sword and also a shovel. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna make myself an axe. Oh my goodness, of course, it's looting 2. I'm gonna go for the shovel instead. Okay, that is a perfect shovel. It's still looting 2. And that is still silk touch. I'm just gonna go for the sword because if I just get silk touch on the axe, that doesn't really do me any good, where at least if I have looting, it's all right. And that is a good sword. I got unbreaking 3, smite 4, and looting 2. Now, what is the axe showing? Because I'm almost level 30. It's unbreaking 3. All right, I'm sure I can find a way to get up to level 30 real quick. I'm just gonna go with the good old method of smelting cobblestone up to get a few levels. I didn't really have the patience for the cobblestone to smelt up, so I decided to go to the river and kill some squid to get up to level 30, which obviously worked. Hopefully we get something more than just unbreaking. Please have efficiency. Oh my goodness, not on my pickaxe. Well, it's what it is now. Does fortune even do anything good on an axe? I'm not sure. You guys tell me in the comments down below. I am so glad we got these enchanted tools because it's gonna make this next project go a whole lot faster. Oh wait, did I even tell you guys what the next project is? Well, I want to build the perfect mine entrance going all the way down to the bottom of the world. And yes, this sounds a little crazy for episode 2, but I think it's totally worth it. Although before I can start building this mine, I need to head out and collect up a little bit of resources. First off, by making my way down the hill, I wanted to start off by collecting up a little bit of spruce logs because it's the easiest and also the closest. And having this efficiency axe makes things go a whole lot quicker. And obviously I placed the saplings back down. When are you guys gonna start trusting me? Another item I'm gonna need is a little bit of sand. So making my way down to the river's edge, I spent about a minute collecting up a stack of sand. This is gonna be used for smelting up some glass and also making a little bit of cement. And while I'm down by the water, I also needed a little bit of squid ink, so I killed a few squid. And man, these guys are fast. The next item on the list is a little bit of oak logs. So making my way over to our good friend, Mr. B in a boat, I ventured out to find a oak forest. Luckily, there was one pretty close by. Although the fate of this forest was not so lucky. Knowing that I'm gonna need oak for the future, I decided to take a pretty massive chunk out of this forest, but the trees do drop saplings. So I was able to replace them all back down, so I have a forest to come back to in the future. So I got a little bit lost on my way home, but in the process of doing so, I did find something down here. Yep, that's a spawner. Okay, with a few mobs in there. Let me take out this zombie first. What do we got in the chest? Oh, we got a saddle. Awesome. And a golden apple. I'm just going to take the saddle back with me for now and maybe the golden apple. Once I was back to base, I just had a few more chores I needed to finish up. First off, by stripping a bunch of oak logs down along with spruce logs. I also had to turn all of my cement powder into cement. So I made a crude little setup and got it all done. With that being said, I have one more thing I need to do, which is rip out this enchantment setup. I know, such a waste of wood, but it is in the way for this mine entrance. With the enchantment table now out of the way, I quickly jumped into getting the structure built. The base of it is mainly going to be stripped spruce and oak logs, alternating back and forth to give it a little bit of texture. And then on the right side is going to be a tunnel, and on the left side is a smaller structure that's going to hold some chests. And honestly, guys, I'm really enjoying building in a cave. Something I haven't done in a very long time, but man, it is fun. It's a little crude right now, but I do like how it's looking. There's going to be a main structure off to the right side and then a smaller little building off to the left. Now, originally, I was also going to do that smaller building in oak, but I do have a little bit of copper and I'm wondering how that will look. Let's just say I'm really happy that I chose to do copper on that left side. I think if I stuck with oak, it would have looked a little bland and too consistent. The more colors, the more better. Sorry about my English. Once the main structure was complete, it was time to move on to the more difficult part in my opinion, which is all the detailing. First off, I started to place some azalea leaves around the edges to cover up any imperfections. And then on the far right side, I decided to add in a tough tower. For me, it just adds one more block and one more color to this build, which I don't mind. Also, to keep the mystic cave vibe continuing on, I decided to replace a lot of the ground with moss. I ran out of bone meal, so I had to do this manually, and I really didn't get any of the good stuff back, like the azalea saplings or the tall grass that grows, which adds more detail. Now you're probably wondering, why did I need black cement? Well, by using black cement, I can create sort of an optical illusion in this tunnel. By filling in all the walls along with the ceiling, I can make it look like this tunnel goes on forever. A little bit something like that. And if I carry these rails all the way back and have them go back another block or two, and then take a step back and see what I mean, that thing looks like it goes on forever. I mean, try and tell me you know where the corner is. Now that the main mine entrance is complete, I've spent a little while working on this railway. I wanted to go through this tunnel and take me all the way to the bottom of the world, but I was running into a little bit of an issue, as you guys can tell. Every time I would go through it, I would take a little bit of damage, so I replaced this block with tinted glass, but that brought up another issue. It's fairly noticeable and kind of gives up the illusion a little bit, so for now, I'm gonna leave it, but once I get some slime balls in the future, I'll replace it with a piston. Besides that, can we just take a moment to admire how cool this building turned out? I mean, it's not even finished yet and it looks awesome, or at least in my opinion. You guys might think it looks horrible. I do think adding in the copper really helped alongside of adding in this tough tower. It's definitely not the most detailed part of the build, but I do think it gives it a little bit of character. Now, am I just procrastinating so I don't have to dig a tunnel to the bottom of the world? Maybe. Is that okay? I think so. Either way, it's time to get to mining. I was pretty certain there was a cave directly below the mine entrance, and I thought it would be a cool idea to try to make my way over to it and do a sky bridge through it. So I dug a 3x3 tunnel and had a U-turn about halfway down, and eventually it met up with the cave. I also decided to dig a flat tunnel that's about 20 blocks long, and in the future, this could be our mass storage for all of our items. I think it would be cool if we had a minecart system going all the way up and down the cave that could drop things off in an auto storage system. This is definitely going to be a little bit risky going straight over a cave that could be full of skeletons, let alone I'm crouching on one block. Yay me. As much fun as I am having doing all this design work in this cave, I do just need to get to the bottom of the world. Wait, let me kill the zombie. Because if I keep messing around, I'm gonna lose all the durability on my pickaxe, and I have no more diamonds left over. So that means I have to dig to the bottom with iron, which is not good. Although before I can keep digging, I do need to finish this bridge real quick because I want to go right about there, next to the skeleton. Because, you know, I just love making my life way harder. Once I had the rest of the sky bridge going through the cave finished up, I pretty much just went for a straight shot all the way down to the bottom of the world, digging out a 1x3 tunnel, which means I'm gonna bonk my head for now. I do want to come back through later and make this a little wider and a little bit taller, and I also want to add a stop at each one of the premium spots for mining. You know, that's like the one thing I didn't want to dig into. I'm not hearing any shriekers. Okay, I think I'm in the clear. Once I made it down to bedrock, I decided to do a little bit of strip mining before I make the long journey back up to the surface. I first just dug out a 3x3 tunnel going about 40 blocks, and then I used a method I've used before, which you just dig out in every single direction. And after a little bit of strip mining, I know they're in here somewhere. There they are. I found some diamonds. So at least I'll have something to look forward to while I make the long journey back up to the surface. And trust me, it's really long. How many is there that we got? 1, 2. Oh, so there's at least 6. Oh, it's an 8-pack. Definitely an 8-pack. Look at that. Okay, that's awesome. If I had fortune, it could have been a 20-pack, but no. I did just an 8. Although I do have plans to get fortune in the next episode, hopefully, considering we found that zombie spawner right next to the house. Okay, time for the journey back up. And yes, I'm gonna bonk my head pretty much 90% of the way. When it comes to crafting all of the rails for this minecart system, I think I'm gonna have plenty enough iron. But when it comes to the gold, it's gonna be quite close. I mean, how many rails can I craft in total? Okay, 47. Yeah, if my math is correct, it's gonna be a really close call. I don't even think we're gonna make it. It is worth trying though. Minecart acquired, and we'll start from the top, make sure we can get enough speed. Can we do it? Yeah, we can. Okay, we're down at the bottom. Now, if we go this way, are we gonna be able to make it up to the top? No, you have to go every 4 rails. Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay, let's give this another try. Whoa. Wait a second. That's so weird. Okay, maybe I need to double up. Okay, game. 3rd time's the charm. So on this one, I've done 5 normal rails and then 2 powered rails. Oh, I didn't put that there. Oh, it makes it. Nope. Okay, that doesn't work either. Okay, this is gonna be a lot more expensive than I anticipated. 4th time's the charm, hopefully. Okay, that seems to be working. But that does mean I am not gonna have even close to enough powered rails. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, please don't go all the way up. Gotta break the torch. Okay, got it. Well, I'm just gonna go down as far as I can, and then when I run out of powered rails, we'll call it good. So this is about as far as I could make it, and I'm not even down to deep slate yet. I'm almost there, because the deep slate starts right there. So my guess is I probably need another 20 powered rails. Anyways, I wanted to test it from this point just to make sure everything is working fine. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, never mind. Can't test it yet. Gotta put the torches in first. Okay, now it's ready for a try. If I'm right, this should get us all the way up to the top. Oh yeah, this is gonna get us up to the top, no problem. Perfect. Well, I guess I gotta do a little bit of strip mining for gold. A trick I've done in the past when I'm looking for a specific resource in the deep slate, if I find a tough vein, I'll mainly stick to digging that out since tough mines way faster than deep slate, meaning you're uncovering a lot more blocks a lot faster. About 20 minutes of mining later, I'm now up to 41 raw gold, which should be plenty enough. And it is so convenient being able to use this minecart rail right now. And I just got up to level 30 from collecting copper out of the furnaces. That was a pleasant little surprise I was not expecting. I'm gonna craft myself another diamond pickaxe. Hopefully we can get fortune on it. I'm gonna sleep real quick. Oh, wait a second. I don't have an enchantment set up right now. I forgot that I had to break it. Nothing a little bit of wood can't fix. I also decided to put it in a spot that hopefully it's not in the way for the rest of the episode. Anyways, please have fortune. Okay, it's showing efficiency 4. Wait, what's the book showing? Sharpness 3. Yeah, definitely not doing that. All right, please give me some fortune. Please. So, fortune 3, efficiency 4. Even though I would have loved to have unbreaking 2, I am not going to complain about that. Well, I was able to get a total of 36 more powered rails, so hopefully that does the trick. And I'm gonna make it with excess. Let me just put a block of wood right there. We can put another powered rail right there. Make myself a button. And I think the only right thing to do is hit this button if I can find it and take this thing on its full trip up to the top. Of course, I forgot a torch. Nope, and now I'm going back down. Nice. And it worked. Look at that. I expected nothing less because I was able to do it from pretty much almost the bottom. I just watched that fox climb up that ladder. I had no idea foxes could do that. What you hold in there, is that a piece of gravel? I don't think that's super useful, buddy. Well, him being up there leads us right into our next project. Currently, that's my enchantment setup. Yeah, I know, not very finished. So instead of leaving it right there, I'm gonna have this little space up top, which I can obviously clear out a little bit. And I think I wanna put the enchantment table up here. Now, for this bigger side, I think I'm gonna leave this open for the time being, because in the future, I'd like to put some villagers up there. So first things first, I just wanna clear up plenty enough room to work in. This should be good enough for now. Actually, it should be way more than enough. All I need to put in here is an enchantment table. But while I'm at it, I'm at least gonna put in a floor so I don't fall down into these gaps. And then I also want to give myself a ceiling, and I think I'm gonna follow the curve of this copper. So here's kind of the look that I'm going for. I'm not sure how much I love how harsh this angle is, but there isn't much I can do because I don't want to get rid of this partition wall. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it, but I can start putting the enchantment table in. Now, while it's dark right here, I'm not sure, but do some of you guys remember when enchantment tables were transparent? If you put a torch underneath it, it could light things up. I don't think it can anymore. No, I guess it's still... No, that's the enchantment table's light. Yeah, it used to be a pretty cool trick to do, but now you can't do it. I also made some chiseled bookshelves that I guess when you break, you don't get them back. A little bit of technical difficulties there. I didn't realize that was a thing, so I had to go craft more. With that being said, it's all finished up. Besides that, I am so happy with how this structure turned out. I think the style of the starter house sort of carries over to the mine, but they don't look completely identical. And also, we now have a railway going all the way to the bottom of the world. Although with that being said, I think this is a perfect stopping point for today's episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.